Hello everyone and welcome back to another EV Geek Studio review. As always, he is Sebastian, I am Joel, and this is a 2025 Chevy Equinox RS front-wheel drive model. I believe 319 EPA estimated range. Sebastian, we drove a 2024 and reviewed a 2024, correct?
Yes, we did.
Yes. It was a while ago.
It was a while ago. It was one of our early videos.
Yes.
That's why it was okay to revisit this one. I think that one was also an RS, if I remember correctly. Might have been an LT, I'll actually forget.
Some minor changes.
But I'm excited to take a look at this one, maybe do a little bit more of a deeper dive, kind of looking at it. This one is very red on the inside. We'll show that off here in a minute. This is the RS of RS, is kind of the sportier design. That's why you see a lot of black accenting on the outside, things like that. But yeah, this Equinox is a very interesting proposition. You know, 85 kilowatt hour battery pack, 150-ish kilowatt peak DC fast charge rate. That said, GM keeps tweaking the curve through OTA updates, which I mean is a good thing.
Yep.
You know, when this car launched, it was like 45 minutes, 10 to 80, and I think now it's in like 35 to 38 minutes. So I mean, not like a huge amount shaved off, but they have genuinely tweaked it, made it better over time, you know, doing OTA updates, things like that. And so yeah, I'm excited to take a good look at it again, get to drive it again, see how it drives. And I remember I really liked it last time, but it's also been almost, if not a year, maybe even over a year since I've driven one. So excited to check it out. And this one is, again, I think fully kitted out, has every option on it.
Yeah, this car was on the short list of cars when you were looking at buying.
Yeah,
an
if I could have found and that's kind of where it gets interesting is, you know, the base model starts at 35 grand. Which, you know, back when federal tax credit was still around, that means base model was 27.5.
It's a good deal.
Now 35 grand is 35 grand, but even then, that's not a bad price for 319 miles of range and things like that. So yeah, excited to do a walk around. We'll do an exterior tour as always, kind of show off little features here and there, get on the inside, do a full tour of the inside. We'll go take it out on the road and take it for a spin.
All right, we'll see you all in a second. All right, as always, Sebastian, let's do a quick walk around of this Equinox.
Yeah, so as
RS.
you're kind of already pointing at, this is the front end of it. So the RS is the higher trim level on the Equinox lineup. This is the front wheel drive model. As you mentioned, there is an all wheel drive model available. You have a LED light bar that goes all the way across the front end that is on. Okay, it's on, you can see it. As well as this blacked out portion down here because it is the RS trim. And you'll notice black bow ties and black accenting all over the car. As you come around to the side, you can see this one has 21-inch black wheels. Pretty basic design, but they don't look bad. Charge port is on the front driver's side, so incorrect for Tesla superchargers. This does have access to those. Again, 150 kilowatt DC fast charge peak. CCS port for now. Should switch to NACS at some point. This car's sister, brother, platform mate, the Optic for 2026 switched to NACS. So this car should be anytime.
And we're starting to see some of the 2026s hit the lots.
Yeah, but those are still CCS on the Equinox. Coming around, you have your door handles. They do automatically pop out when the vehicle is open and unlocked.
Quick peek of that red.
Take a quick peek at that red interior. The car is on, so you get the GM chime.
That really shows up on camera now.
Yeah, it does. It looks almost orange on camera.
Habanero orange.
I might have to try to see if I can color match that. Yeah. Coming around to the rear of the car, you can see, again, full LED light bar all the way across the rear end. See if I can get that to light up any. Can't. Anyway, this whole thing does light up, though, all the way across with the red. This one being the RS top trim. Has power liftgate, so double tap the button. See it rise up.
It's a lot of storage.
A lot of space.
Yeah.
Good sized trunk back here. It's pretty deep, and because this is not the all-wheel drive model, you get
where the rear motor would be.
A really decent size underfloor storage space as well as you have your little accessory mounting places there, and the world's largest tow hook. So that's what we heard moving around.
Tow hook?
Yeah, because that is supposed to be like in the Velcro somehow. Anyway, I'll mess with that later. Just don't let me forget.
We will. I will probably forget, but that's.
There's also,
that's
if you look back here, you have a 12-volt outlet on this side. Nice, love to see it. And
some
not
pockets,
much else back there. You got some storage pocket here on the side.
Looks like a place to put maybe an aftermarket cover on.
Yeah, the cargo
cover.
The sliding cargo cover. We'll pop that closed. Take a peek at that rear end again. You can see again black accenting down low. Some black. These panels here black. You got black roof rails. If you want to take a quick seat in the.
Gotta unlock it first. All right. So I'm
back.
6 foot. Let's
Sorry, didn't mean to hit you in the door. And you can see good leg room.
Good leg room. Close to the top up here, but there is a little.
They can't see, but
yeah, it's close to the top up here. But
they did cut it out.
It cuts out some, so it helps.
You got 2 USB-C ports back there. No heated seats in the rear. At least not that I can tell.
Nope. There's that red.
There's that red. And otherwise, pretty decent. Little side space. You have, I'm assuming, cup holders in the center console that comes down.
Bazinga.
Nice. Cool. If you want to hop out.
I will.
And not a whole lot else to talk about on the outside. Let's do our inaugural check of, does the Equinox EV have a front trunk? I think we know the answer.
We all know the answer.
Give it a 1, 2 pull. Let Joel do the honors.
No front.
Not even a plastic cover.
Not even trying.
But there's your entire front drive unit. So drive motor,
if you're ever curious what a drive motor and inverters look like, I mean.
Now you know. Brake fluid.
Washer
cooler.
fluid.
Nope, cooler.
No, it's cooler, sorry.
Coolant.
Where's washer fluid?
Oh, right here.
Right there, yeah.
Washer fluid and your little 12-volt battery.
There you go.
Pop that close.
All right, we're going to head inside. Sebastian's going to give us a little quick tour of the inside as well as the infotainment. Then we'll go take it for a quick drive. So see you in a sec. Okay, Sebastian, inside now. Give us a quick tour and let's look at that infotainment.
Yeah, so again, this one has what they call the adrenaline red interior. Very red. You can see it does say RS on this headrest to give you that little model designation.
Yep.
And you've got your red center armrest. You got red on the door sills or door panels, and then you got your red seating. This being a higher trim level. Oh, yeah, you also have red accenting in your air vent.
That's
Very
cool.
This being the RS model, has a sunroof. See it there? It does open. Oh, and it has a shade. That's all I was trying to do. I was trying to do this one. Nice. Anyway.
A little chilly. It's a little chilly out there.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. But single panel sunroof, nice to have. No digital mirror, bummer. Anyway, you get your center console area. You got your cup holders. A little weird kind of storage pocket here with the removable insert. 2 USB-C ports as well as a wireless phone charger. And is there anything down here? No ports or anything. Okay.
No ports.
You have good physical hard climate controls in addition to having the ones on the screen, which is nice. This is a single zone system. Pop that, move it around a little bit. And big old infotainment screen.
Lots of screen in here.
Lots of screen real estate. Traditional glove box. Go ahead and pop that real quick if you want to take a peek. Nice. And the center console does kind of annoyingly open up this way. It has the insert here and is otherwise pretty decent size. It just, I wish it opened either both ways.
I'm at a weird angle filming this.
Yeah. And leather wrapped steering wheel, heated of course. You do have heated front seats, not ventilated of course. Red stitching there, RS badge here at the bottom of the steering wheel as expected. And so yeah, let's look at infotainment. So this is GM's Android automotive system. So if you've seen it in one car, you've seen it in all. But we'll go through and kind of talk about some of the highlights here. So this is kind of your key up settings. They by default kind of put you in the app menu. You can hit this button to get a nice little split screen view with map on the right, and then you can choose what's on the left. So right now you can have your audio, you can have tire pressures, you can have your Google Assistant pane, and I believe you can even hit the pin here, and you can actually switch what's on the right. So you can go to audio on the right or your trip computers on the right and things like that. But Google Maps seems like the logical thing to have over there. I'm just going to put that back on the media screen. You have this little panel here on the left, which is kind of your quick toggles for some important stuff. So this is how you turn the car off if you're in it without getting out. This does turn on automatically when you get in. Put your foot on the brake, car comes on. Get out of the car, it turns off. There's no start-stop button. This button is how you can keep the vehicle on for an additional 60 minutes after you get out. There's also a little cheat code of if you get out of the car, car turns off. You can like press the gas pedal, I think it's 3 times, and then press the brake, and it will disable automatically shut down.
Okay.
It's like a little Konami code for the car. You have a toggle here for your one pedal. You have this, which gets you into your controls menu, which pulls up kind of more additional features. And this is your light control, so auto headlights, driving lights, things like that. Come back here to your kind of general menu. So you get your vehicle status screen. So this gives you where you can come in, you can look at your tire pressures, you can look at your energy usage, energy efficiency, things like that. You can also come into these menus. So like if I hit trip, if I want to do this, I can actually add it to my driver's display, and now it is up here on the left side of the screen.
Cool.
And you can do that with most of the items in here. So like if I wanted to instead show my energy info, like my efficiency, I can add that. Now it's there. Close out of this, get all the way back. You get your drive mode selection. So this has normal, sport, snow, ice, and my mode. Sport gives you some fake sounds and things like that. Snow ice is snow ice mode. My mode is customizable. So you can come in here. How do you want the steering to feel? How do you want the brakes to feel?
You like being able to customize that?
Yeah, acceleration. So I like kind of doing more sporty steering, sporty normal brakes. I don't really like my brakes to be super bitey in day-to-day drive. I want good acceleration, and I want no noise. And so that's kind of how I would typically set that up. You got Play Store, so you can install apps on this radio. You have your charging menu, so this is where you can set up your charge limit. So it looks like it's predicting 100% charge, 319 miles, and you can go down to 50% on this one. Set that back up to 80. You can set up your charge schedules in here as well. So if you want to do a delay charging, you've got your charge assist, so that helps you find chargers in addition to just having Google Maps. You can come in here, you can on-demand precondition. Nice. This will also on-route precondition, so as you're driving, if you have navigating to a charger, it'll automatically start preconditioning whenever the car thinks it needs to, so that you're good to go when you get there. Come back out of here. And you have some other stuff in here, like you can set up a temperature when the car is preconditioning, like the cabin when you remote start and things like that. Come out, you have your camera menu. So this does have a 360 camera. You have your kind of standard view, so you can look at front, overheads. You can switch between the front and back, and then you can go sides and a hitch view, which is nice. I kind of like the interface of the trucks a little bit better than I like in this. But nonetheless, good system. You got Alexa, you have ambient lighting in here, so we can't really see it because it's daytime, but you can go through and change colors. We'll put it back on pink because I commend whoever decided to put pink as the color. You have your climate menu, so this is just a more advanced form of this where you can come in and you can hit where the air comes out, what temperature it is, etc. You do not, looks like you have any rear climate settings. You got some auto fan speed stuff. I'm actually put that on low because GM cars always blow way harder than I need them to. Go back home.
So no Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto.
No
right?
Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto. These are at some point getting Apple Music. They just announced that this week at the time of filming. This one doesn't have it yet, but it does kind of pre-installed XM radio. You have your Bluetooth and some other things. You can add Spotify, things like that. You have your Google Maps. So this is Android Automotive System. So this is Google Maps with EV routing. So if I come in and I want to go to, say, Austin, Texas, you can see it knows when you're charging. Boom, that was pretty dang quick.
Those locks you can change how the charging percent to after charging. So 30% after charging. So
yeah, so you can set I'm okay to get to a charger at okay to get to Austin at as low as 1%. Yeah. Do more than 10% increments? No. Anyway, now it's 11%. Let's see. Cool. That actually changed my time some, so you can see it's recommending 3 stops. Once to stop at Hope, 37%, 20%, and 39%, 28, 33, 10. Not bad. Yep. You cannot come in here and tell it you have NACS ability without being signed into the car. Otherwise, Google Maps just by default assumes you don't have an adapter, and so therefore only will show you CCS and J1772.
Gotcha.
Oh, I accidentally hit the power button. So there's a power button for the radio at the top.
So if you rest your hand up there,
you will turn it off.
Turn it off.
I don't need directions. Let me get back out of here. Swipe over. You have your phone. You've got your general controls menu. You've got Chevy app and Google Assistant, so you can interact with the car through voice. You can come in here, see more controls, and you have your driving settings. So this is where you get traction control, blind zone, and you have more one-pedal settings, so you can actually switch between one-pedal modes in addition to just being able to turn it on or off here on the right or on the left. Sorry, directions are hard. That's about it for that system. Pretty simple to use. It's pretty powerful. But as far as key up goes, this is where most people are probably going to live.
Yep.
Coming over on the driver's side, I won't really do much here, but you can come in, you can switch the modes. Right now, this is kind of key up, speed in the middle, trips on the left, audio and directions on the right. You can also switch to a sport view, which now shows speed and your energy gauge huge on the right. You have a full screen Google Maps view.
I like that view.
You have your driver's assistance view, so this will show you cars in front of you, things like that. And then you have just a simple, no frills, you get your speed type deal. So we'll go back to, I'm actually going to do this because I like seeing power output on the left. Right now we're pulling 7 kilowatts because I have battery preconditioning going. This one does not have the option for Super Cruise, so that is an option this one's missing. It does have adaptive cruise control and lane keep, not lane centering. You have to have GM's Super Cruise to do lane centering. You do get heated steering wheel, however. You do still have your region. This is a button, not a paddle, but it does give you more region if you pull it, as well as steering wheel controls for your media on the rear of the wheel. Really, not a whole lot else I want to kind of show off in here. This is just regular plain Jane mirrors. You got plain Jane controls here on the left for your like parking brake, things like that. Not really anything else super interesting here. I think it's a bummer it doesn't have the digital mirror.
Well, it is a $40,000 car too, so.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yep.
GM seems to be pretty giving with that feature, so I'm just surprised to see it's not here.
We saw that a new Bolt had the new Bolt did have it. That's remember. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're gonna get the camera set up and take you on a quick little driving tour. So stay tuned. All right, we are on the road in our 2025 Chevy Equinox RS with this lovely red interior that you can see all over the film. Sebastian, it's been about a year, hasn't it, since you've been behind the wheel?
A little bit more than a year.
More than a year. It's one of the first reviews when we started doing car reviews. It's one of the first reviews that we have done.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So what do you think?
Yeah, so just kind of want to, for starters, because I know this video is going to come out in 2026. There's not that many differences at all between 2025 and 2026. There's some like option differences, like they removed, I think, a color and things like that. But drivetrain, suspension, as far as I can tell, are all the same. So just kind of right off the bat, it drives exactly as you would expect a car in this price range to drive, which is to say the suspension's fine. It's not like butter smooth. I'm not like riding on glass, but it's perfectly adequate for the type of audience that would probably be buying this car. And same thing, road noise, you know, it's not dead silent here by any means. You get some wind noise, a little bit of road noise, but like we're not talking loud.
And we have no radio on or anything like that.
We don't have a radio on or anything like that either. This doesn't have the upgraded sound system in it, but it seemed fine when I was listening to it earlier. Could maybe use a little bit more bass, but if you want more bass, you'll probably get the upgraded Bose system. And yeah, out here we're doing normal speeds, and I mean even here doing 70, it's fine. Let me get the adaptive cruise on and set.
So are these models can you get Super Cruise on these?
Yes.
Okay, you can.
Yes. This one just happens to not have the option.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so in typical GM fashion, this has adaptive cruise and just basic lane keep. In order to get lane centering, you have to get Super Cruise. That said, for 2026, GM is adding, this is one change, Super Cruise in 2026 now has hands-on lane centering capabilities.
Okay.
So before you could only get lane centering if you were in Super Cruise, which meant you had to be on a pre-mapped highway.
Okay.
Now in the 2026 models of Super Cruise, you can do hands-on lane centering anywhere.
Okay.
Even on non-mapped highways, which is a pretty big quality of life improvement.
And we've seen a pretty big expansion over the year of mapped highways for Super Cruise.
Yeah, Super Cruise has started working on a lot of 2-lane highways and even some like rural, like
you said the 2-lane highway out to your house.
Mm-hmm.
You borrowed the Denali for one day, didn't you?
Yeah, and it worked all the way to my house, which was pretty sweet.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, we're doing 70. It's quiet. It's compliant. I'm going to give it a quick little...
Seats are really comfortable.
Seats are pretty comfortable. Yeah. I need to adjust my headrest. It's digging on my back just a little bit. Oh, well, I won't mess with it. I can't get it to move.
And I can't get it to move either, so you're stuck there.
Anyway, that said, now that we're kind of just going, I do want to give... So the front-wheel drive is obviously the less powerful option. The all-wheel drive has got the more power. Let's see. Yeah. It's
typical gas car. Yeah,
not much.
But if you're paying $40,000 for a car, you probably don't need the instant torque.
Some of that too, and you'll get more torque down low too. It's just we're already at speed, so it's kind of where it kind of falls off. And GM does seem to tune this to drive a little bit more familiar.
Yeah.
Compared to say some of the more EV first manufacturers like Tesla or Rivian or whatever, where they kind of give you more, especially on the Equinox, a little bit more of that roll into your power. Now, some of their vehicles do still provide instant torque, and that's kind of what the drive modes are for as well.
Feels like it drives a little bit more like a gas car.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be a familiar feeling vehicle to someone who's new to EVs. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the Equinox, is it's a good first dip. That's why it's got over 300 miles of range. That's why it's got, 10 to 80, DC fast charge times that are kind of in the reasonable, average, normal range, kind of in 2020, or at least in normal for 2025 range. And so, yeah, I mean, this is a perfectly average, adequate car.
Entry-level EV.
Yeah. If you don't need if you don't want red seats, you don't need leather, you don't need all the heated features, whatever, buy the base model. That's $35,000, and you get the same range, same power, same infotainment system, like all that stuff's the same. You're just getting, decontenting on some of your more luxury features.
Yep. Base model probably doesn't have a sunroof, does it, or it does?
No.
Oh, yeah.
And again, you're getting just a more basic version of this, but it's going to drive the same. And have that same range, same charging, whatever. This is all use the same 85 kilowatt hour battery pack. And yeah, I really like Equinox.
You do?
If I could have found one in the price I was looking when I was buying the Ioniq, I might have bought one of these instead. I don't know.
And probably your one thing and I think one of the things you said was holding you back a little bit from the Equinox is that supercharging speed.
Yeah.
Compared to what you get with your Hyundai Ioniq 5, which is almost double. So
right. But again, if it was going to be a car that my wife was primarily driving, it maybe wouldn't have mattered as much. And ultimately, I've kind of learned having the Ioniq, I don't do 18-minute stops when we're driving as a family.
Nope.
It's
hard to do 18-minute stops.
It's hard to do 18-minute stops. We usually end up out of the car and it's at like 90-something%. And it's like, oh, well, I mean, I could have just not, you know what I mean?
I really didn't need that fast for charging.
Yeah, and this car has more range on paper than the Ioniq does.
Yep.
And probably in real life, too.
Yep. You want to head back to?
Yeah, we're going to head back.
Let's head back. So we're going to head back to Everett Chevrolet. Huge shout out to the team over there. Having this ready for us. They've been amazing to work with for the past year. So we'll catch you in a bit back at Everett with our final thoughts. So stay tuned. All right, we are back at Everett Chevrolet. Sebastian, final thoughts.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's been a little while since we've driven one, but driving it's exactly how I remember it to be. It is a perfectly competent entry-level EV SUV. Yep. I mean, and that's what it's supposed to be. Now, I guess entry-level, I use that loosely because the Bolt is actually the true new entry-level. But as far as just like a basic SUV, because I mean, the Equinox is it's supposed to be a basic SUV. And this is just an electric Equinox. Now, I mean, completely different platform, completely different exterior design. It's an Equinox in name, but it doesn't really share anything else with the gas car. But like, it drives, it's competent, it's fine. It's not like incredibly sporty. It doesn't have like the luscious suspension, anything like that. It is a perfectly adequate, fine car.
Yeah, for someone like we said earlier, someone who's thinking about getting into an EV from a gas car and doesn't need all the high tech, doesn't need that instant torque, doesn't need all that crazy stuff. Very easy transition from an ICE vehicle to this.
Yeah.
What do you think of the software?
Yeah, I mean, it's the GM Android Automotive system, so it works fine. It's pretty customizable. You can pair a phone to it for Bluetooth music or use music on the radio, using Spotify, Apple Music, whatever else. You got your built-in Google Maps routing, which is fine. No Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto. So that's, for some people, a pretty hard sticking point. I have seen there's, which of course, there's no guarantee GM blocks it. There are some people that have figured out how to do it wirelessly with a little add-on box.
With the little boxes you plug in? Yeah.
I've seen some people, and then there's like an app that you install on the radio to kind of interface the two. It's pretty neat stuff. Not saying I support, not recommending anyone go buy one of those because it's one of those GM could very easily patch it out.
Yep.
But I've seen people have it work, and then they get gigantic Apple CarPlay.
Yep.
But for a lot of people though, that might not be a non-starter. And I mean, I think the software is pretty good.
Software works good, right? All right. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us on another EV Geek Studio review. As always, before you leave, subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification icon so you will be notified when new content drops. That's all for today, and we will see you again on another EV Geek Studio review. So long, everyone.